Hi, welcome to our video here from Carolina Varsity. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Butler versus Myers Park game.
Uh, I tell you, man, this is a great matchup. You got Butler coming in here with only one loss on the season to Mallow Creek, and Myers Park undefeated so far on the season. So obviously, when you look at Butler, everyone wants to talk about Davis Cheek and that great group of receivers that he has over there.
Right.
But recently, in a couple of games, Peoples, the running back, has really stepped up and ran the football effectively. So I think the key for Myers Park is, and I always say this in big games, you want to try to make somebody one-dimensional. You got to stop the run first.
Right.
And then try to get after Cheek in the passing game. And Myers Park has a big defensive line, probably the biggest they've had in a long time.
Yes.
So they have the ability to do that, but they're going to have to get help from their secondary, and they've been having injuries in the secondary. They played Sun Valley a couple weeks ago, and they had to put a kicker they just brought up from JV at corner late in the game because they had so many guys go down. But they're coming off a bye, so hopefully they're a lot more healthy now with that time off. And conversely, Myers Park has been throwing the ball well for most of the season themselves.
Yeah.
So obviously for Butler, they have a very good defensive line in their own right. They have got to get to Jack Davidson before he can get the ball out to Elijah Bowick and Syke Patrick on the outside. Right. I think the big key here for Myers Park is they gotta find a way to run the ball. They've had trouble in certain times running the football. And if they're able to do it against Butler, I think we're going to have a heck of a ball game. But if they can't do it and Butler can make them one-dimensional, you have to kind of lean towards Butler in that one. And I think someone mentioned on the forums about big games and experience. Butler's had all that. But Myers Park was in this game last year against Butler, and we were there, and we saw that pick six that Noah Huggins had for Butler to kind of seal that game when Myers Park was driving. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup, maybe a similar type of a game where it comes down to one or two scores at the end of the game.
And before I get my comments, last season it was a 21-7 game. Mm-hmm. Very not a blowout by any means. And the Carolina Varsity High School Football Report is predicting a 24-13 Butler win. In my opinion, and about the big game is, if there's any pressure here, one, it would be Myers Park, and they got to be putting it on themselves, right? So,
yeah, I don't think they're in. Coach Chadwick has coached in plenty of these types of games, and
it's not the coaching that I think that would. If there's an opportunity of being stressed, it would be the kids, because it's the kids that get the head about. Well, we're moving up in the rankings, and I don't follow the Sweet 16, but did they get moved up?
I'm not sure. I hadn't seen this week's yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made them number one. They made Vance number one last week, and
you saw what happened,
right? Yeah. And that happens. I remember it happened with my son when Olympic got put in the Sweet 16 for the first time in forever, and it changed some of the kids mentally, and that's not a good thing. I expect that them being at home and Chadwick and them will try to manage that, but it is a Thursday night game as well, so it's an off-schedule game. Mm-hmm. And now all the CMS is going to be off-schedule, but those kind of games can go differently, and maybe not in Butler's favor in the off-schedule stuff. So I think from what I saw, you mentioned Myers Park needing to run the ball.
Yeah,
I saw Myers Park play Rocky River. And Myers Park had trouble running the ball against Rocky River. Rocky River defense played very, very well. Now, a lot of that is a testament to that front seven at Rocky River. The secondary needs help, but that front seven plays very well. And Myers Park did have a tough time.
Yeah,
they've got not only the biggest defensive line, but I think maybe one of the biggest offensive lines I've seen in a while too at Myers Park. So they should have the physical, and I think really for Myers Park, they need to come out and be physical. Be physical across those fronts. I think that's where it may play out. Of course, shut down Cheek, like you say, and then Davidson needs to have a good game. If they can find a run game.
Because that's how Mallow Creek beat Butler. They were able to throw effectively from the spread with quick passes and then contain them with the run, and then put Butler in a quandary about how many guys can we leave in the box, or we had to pull guys out the box to stop the little short screen passes they were throwing. So if you can run the ball, it'll definitely help. Myers Park open up a lot of their offense. defense.
Exactly. So the game will be televised by Time Warner. I will also be putting it up on Periscope. So
That's channel 77.
yeah. All right. Well, let us know what you think about the game. We still have another day to comment, so post something down below. And of course, after the game, we'd love to hear what you had to say about it. Thanks for watching.